Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo. Let's say. Hold on. What the fuck? I'm blocked. Shut the fuck up. Oh. Hmm. I'm ready. Yo, what are you? Bitch.
Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper. Toda mi gente se mueve, mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. El mundo nos quiere, me quiere a mí. Toda mi gente se mueve, mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. Mi música los tiene fuerte bailando y se baila así.
Estamos rompiendo la discoteca, la fiesta no para, apenas comienza. C'est comme si, c'est comme ça, ma chérie, la 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 la. Francia, Colombia, me gusta. Freeze. J Balvin, Willy William, te gusta. Freeze. Los DJ no mienten, le gusta a mi gente y eso se fue muy bien. No le bajamos, mas nunca paramos, es otro palo y blanco.
¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Me fait bouger la tête.
¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Say yeah yeah yeah. 1, 2, 3, Lego.
Esquina a esquina, y ahí nos vamos. El mundo es grande, pero lo tengo en mis manos. Estoy muy duro, sí, ok, ahí vamos. Y con el tiempo nos seguimos elevando. Que seguimos rompiendo aquí. Esta fiesta no tiene fin. Botellas para arriba, sí. Los tengo bailando, rompiendo y yo sigo aquí. Que seguimos rompiendo aquí. Esta fiesta no tiene fin. Botellas para arriba, sí. Los tengo bailando, rompiendo. ¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Me fait bouger la tête.
¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Say yeah yeah yeah. 1, 2, 3, Lego.
Oh, so with that, a lot of stuff on here.
your seed. She can grow right from her womb or family. Provide loving overlooked and unappreciated. You see, you can reciprocate. I got delicious taste. You need a woman's touch in your place. Just protect her and keep her safe. Baby, worship my hips and waist. So feminine with grace. I touch your soul when you hear me say, boy, let me be your woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman. I can be your lady. I'm a woman. I'm a mother. But they got a problem. Put some babies in your life and take away the drama. Put the paper in the picture like a diorama. Gotta face a lot of people that are opposite. Cause the world told me we ain't got the common sense. Gotta prove it to myself that I'm on top of shit. And you would never know a guy, but the goddess is honest as fucking honest. Kidding, I could be on everything. I mean, I could be the leader, head of all the states. I could smile and jiggle it till his pockets empty. I could be the CEO, just like a Robin Fenty. And I'ma be there for you, cause you on my team, girl. Don't ever think you ain't had these dream, girl. They wanna pit us against each other when we succeed, and for no reasons. They wanna see us end up like we Regina or Mean Girl. Princess or queen, tomboy or king. You've heard a lot you've never seen. Mother Earth, Mother Mary, rise to the top. Divine feminine, I feminine. Woman, let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman.
You call me again, drunk in the Benz, driving home under the influence. You scared me to death, but I'm wasting my breath, cause you only listen to your I don't relate to you. I don't relate to you, no, cause I'd never treat me this. You made me hate this city, and I don't talk about you on the internet. Never told anyone anything bad, cause that's embarrassing. You were my everything, all that you did was make me sad. So don't waste the time I don't have.
Yo, what's up, Anakin Skywalker? For Padme Amidala. True. Yeah, how you doing, Anakin? Zero.
Si el ritmo te lleva a mover la cabeza, ya empezamos como es. Mi música no discrimina a nadie, así que vamos a romper. Toda mi gente se mueve, mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. El mundo nos quiere, me quiere a mí. Toda mi gente se mueve, mira el ritmo como los tiene. Hago música que entretiene. Mi música los tiene fuerte bailando y se baila así.
Estamos rompiendo la discoteca, la fiesta no para, apenas comienza. C'est comme si, c'est comme ça, ma chérie, la 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 la. Francia, Colombia, me gusta. Freeze. J Balvin, Willy William, te gusta. Freeze. Los DJ no mienten, le gusta a mi gente y eso se fue mundial. No les bajamos, mas nunca paramos, es otro palo y blanco.
¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Me fait bouger la tête.
¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Say yeah yeah yeah. 1, 2, 3, Lego.
Esquina a esquina, y ahí nos vamos. El mundo es grande, pero lo tengo en mis manos. Estoy muy duro, sí, ok, ahí vamos. Y con el tiempo nos seguimos elevando. Que seguimos rompiendo aquí. Esta fiesta no tiene fin. Botellas para arriba, sí. Los tengo bailando, rompiendo y yo sigo aquí. Que seguimos rompiendo aquí. Esta fiesta no tiene fin. Botellas para arriba, sí. Los tengo bailando, rompiendo. ¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Me fait bouger la tête.
¿Y dónde está mi gente?
Say yeah yeah yeah. 1, 2,
Woman, let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. What you need, she give tenfold. Come here, Papa, plant your seed. She can grow right from her womb or family. Provide loving, overlooked and unappreciated. You see, you can reciprocate. I got delicious taste. You need a woman's touch in your place. Just protect her and keep her safe. Baby, worship my hips and waist. So feminine with grace. I touch your soul when you hear me say, boy, let me be your woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman. I can be your lady. I'm a woman. I'm a motherfucker, but they got a problem. Put some babies in your life and take away the drama. Put the paper in the picture like a diorama. Gotta face a lot of people that are opposite. Cause the world told me we ain't got the common sense. Gotta prove it to myself that I'm on top of shit. And you would never know a guy without the goddess. Honest is fucking honest, kidding. I could be on everything. I mean, I could be the leader, head of all the states. I could smile and jiggle it till his pockets empty. I could be the CEO just like a Robin Fenty. And I'ma be there for you cause you on my team, girl. Don't ever think you ain't help these dream, girl. They wanna pit us against each other when we succeed. And for no reasons, they wanna see us end up like we Regina or Mean Girl. Princess or Queen, tomboy or king. You've heard a lot you've never seen. Mother Earth, Mother Mary, rise to the top. Divine feminine, I'm feminine. Woman, let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman. Woman, woman, woman.
My song's next.
Push the pack off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes a round sounds. Put the cat on my lap, push it back and go to town down. Putting rap on my back and I'm black and snatching crowns. I they came back around like I'm really selling that in pounds. I got a bag now, but it's nothing to brag about. Duke blast in the background, I'm a black man with the bloodhounds. 10 making love sounds to a bad chick, she from uptown, I'm from down south, not a loudmouth, we could tussle around. Hit the music, baby, cut it down. Hit the doobie while you do me and doobie the I feel like I'm a bust now. I feel like a bust down. When I shine bright, blind, really I'm up now. In the cut, big black truck, pack sacked up, you can pick it up now. But it's nothing okay. Push the pack off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes a round sounds. Put the cat on my lap, push it back and go to downtown. Putting rap on my back and I'm black and snatching crowns.
I know I can't afford
Me and my money attached emotionally. I get the clutch, and if you get too close to me, I'm at the top, I'm supposed to be. Jumped in the game, that like they coaching me. 400 rats ain't but a show to me. I'm on the road and I bet that you're with me. When I'm in traffic, it's always up with me. Piers, man, I keep doing with me. From the back, she giving me, and I ain't even pull my down. Jump in the box and slide to the other side. It's always a man down. Draw down, hands in the air, bait one move, get down. Giving out smoke so long, they don't even wanna talk no more. They just run down. No lock doors, I serve with a. Got spent, she was hanging with a op. We call him Mickey, talk to the cops. I was on Pinedale, sock. Back in the day, I invest in the block. Fast forward now, I'm investing in stock. I put a on that. Don't play cause I'm very invested in shots.
Push the back off of the porch or break a pound down. Get the scrap if it happen to blow, it makes a round sounds. Put the cat on my lap, push it back and go to downtown. Putting rap on my back and I'm black and snatching crowns.
In his face cause he stay out, just a breeze. Then I took it back, now he said that he's shaking and he's shielding. Like the way it tastes and he ain't ate it in a minute. They call me young baby, but I still got hella shit.
Sorry in advance for my bros. They'll whip a what you whipping up? Shit in the back if you looking for the got it in the bag on the low. And I'm the with the flow. Give me a joke. Heard it say that you the next. No, I'm the best. Tell him, stop the press, stop. The top 5 list, get him a vest, he get lopsided. The cops, we was running from Rottweilers. Most of my partners ain't had papa, just a pop. Couple kids with Alzheimer's, 40 on his side. Boy, you Mike Allstott, he on the block violent. Robbing in the hood and then genres. Green light lining up, stop sign 'em. Keep driving, you will not find 'em. I'm an anomaly. I turned into a rapper ironically and ran the back up. This on me, honor me. If you think I'm a wannabe, it's pretty comedy. I'm melancholy and cool, so calmly busting moves. My troops carry velocity. Same posse since Osh Posh Bagosh Clock. Treat the rapping like a pusher. On the stove with the Pyrex pot, the dope locked it. Don't say knock, we on they block. It's Monopoly game, we stole they properties. Talking and moonwalking, the same little small pun, but a pool shark. Got in big knock chalk off cue balls, bang it.
Compa, ¿qué le parece esa morra? La que anda bailando sola me gusta pa' mí.
Bella, ella sabe que está buena, que todos andan mirándola como baila.
Me acerco y le tiro todo un beso. Tomamos tragos sin pero, solo tentación.
Le dije, voy a conquistar tu familia, que en unos días vas a ser mía.
Me dijo que estoy muy loco, pero le gusta que ningún vato como yo actúa. Y este va, mija, y por doble P, viejo.
Así nomás, compa Pedro, puro eslabón armado. A las plebitas. No soy un vato nevado, pero hablando del corazón te cumplo todo.
Me agarro pegadito foto de su mano. Mi compa ni se la creyó que al pasar fue yo.
Su cuerpo, juro por Dios, era tan perfecta, son cinturita como modelo.
Sus ojos desde el principio me enamoraron. A ella le gusto y a mí me gusta.
Self off, yeah. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best. Try everything you can. And don't you worry what they tell themselves when you're away. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything'll be just fine. Everything'll be alright, alright. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything'll be just fine. Everything'll be alright, alright. Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best. Try everything you can. And don't you worry what they tell themselves when you're away. It just takes some time.
Okay, gotta go.
Yeah, Yo, get it twisted. This rap is mine, mother. Start of game. What you heard is what you hearing. It's what you hearing. Listen, it's what you hearing. Listen, it's what you hearing. Listen. X gon' give it to you. What? wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. But the my problem stainless steel. Go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the motherfucker wonder if you get it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am light, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break bread with, I'll break who you sending me. You motherfucker never wanted nothing but your life saved. That's on a light day, I'm getting down, down. Like it said freeze, but won't be the one ending up on his knees. Please, if the only thing you can't steal was came out to play, stay out my way. Mother, first we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. Never gave nothing to me, but every time I turn around, cats got their hands out, wanting something from it. I ain't got it, so you can't get it. Let's leave it at that, cause I ain't with it. Hit it with full strength. I'm a jail, so I face the world like a girl in the bullpen. You against me, me against you. Whatever, whenever you gon' do. I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing. Only that you know who can chill. Come back and get the streets open. I've been doing this for 19 years. Wanna fight me, fight these tears. I put in work and it's all for the kids. But these cats done forgot what work is. They don't know who we be looking, but they don't know who they see. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. Hey yo, where am I? Dad? I know I got him down in the greens, give him love and they give it back. Choke too much for too long. Don't give up, you're too love to the wild, wild hunters. Shout out to that done it. And it ain't even about the dough. It's about getting down for what you stand for, yo. For real. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. First we gonna rock, then we gonna roll, then we let it pop, don't let it go. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to ya, he gon' give it to ya.
That's true, that right. She sippin' more wet and yeah, I swear it get her wetter. My Louboutins new, so my bottom stays redder. No, I'm not a rat, but I'm all up on my cheddar. Just talked to your homie, she said we should be together. Gabby Brand was so insane that I made her my header. If she ever call my phone, you know I got a dead her. But I like that girl too much, I wish I never met her.
I was listening to this song. It go like,
I know it hurts sometimes, but you'll get over it.
yeah,
You'll find another life to live.
yeah.
I swear that you'll get over it. But I know you're sad and tired. You got nothing left to give.
Yeah.
You'll find another life to live.
Yeah.
I know that you'll get over it.
Yeah.
Wish I never ever told you things. I was only trying to show things. I stopped heart on your neck, tried to froze your ring. I had to get me a new beat, hope the pain. We was in Hawaii looking at the rain. Yeah, she She's smiling happy, but I'm laughing cause of new Madeline. Damn, that just goes to show me money don't attract things. Stuck to the plan, even though you used to go with me. Yeah, I know it hurts sometimes, but you'll get over it. You'll find another life to live. I swear that you'll get over it. And I know you're sad and tired, you got nothing left to give. You'll find another life to live. I know that you'll get over it. See, I tied up my raft, you strapped up your rig. Diamonds on your neck, ice all on my wrist. Compliment my style. She don't want me, I'm running wild. You know I respect her on that level. She don't want me, then I'ma let her go over there with that bro fella. Walk off my St. Laurent, that leather. Ooh, my new chick, I swear that she better. Ooh, want me back, never. Ooh. That's true, that right. She sippin' one wet and yeah, I swear it get her wetter. My Louboutins new, so my bottom stays red. No, I'm not alright, but I'm all up on my cheddar. Just talked to your homie, she said we should be together. Gave me brain was so insane that I made her my head. If she ever call my phone, you know I got a dead. But I like that girl too much, I wish I never met her. You'll get over it. Find another life to live. You're fine. You'll get over it. I know it hurts sometimes, but you'll get over it. Find another life to live. You'll get over it. You'll get over it.
I'm done. Let's back to Hasan debate on Piers Morgan. He was on Piers Morgan today. So let's watch that.
on a flight.
Are you Eric Adams? Yeah, you! You support the genocide in Palestine. There are homeless people all over New York. You're always partying. You don't actually care about the citizens of New York. People cannot afford food. You keep cutting the education budget so you can fund the police.
And this so-called performance artist has dominated timelines for days after achieving what previously seemed impossible, an outpouring of public sympathy for Alec Baldwin by doing this.
You're putting innocent people in jail, Alec Baldwin. I'm so sorry. Free Palestine, Alec, just one time, and I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone, I swear. Just say Free Palestine one time. One time. One time.
Call the police.
One time, Alec. You know he's a criminal. You know he's a criminal. Come on, Alec, just say Free Palestine one time. Israel, Zionism. Please say it. One time.
Could you give me one quick favor?
So does any of this make a difference? Are these demonstrators forcing the rich and powerful to confront and condemn the horrors of war? Or is it a wave of self-indulgent protest, just distracting us from the deadly serious realities of a grim ongoing war? In a moment, I'll debate all that with Hasan Piker, Emily Austin, Esther Cracker and James Barber. First, I'm joined by Alec Baldwin's antagonist there, who calls herself Crackhead Barney. Well, welcome to Uncensored.
Hey, Piers! I've been waiting for you, Piers fucking Morgan!
Okay.
I wore my diaper today for you, Piers. Do you like it?
Not particularly, no. Do you want to sit down?
And Piers, can you bring me to Buckingham Palace? I would like to meet the Queen.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'd really like to meet the Queen.
I don't think the Queen, if you mean Queen Camilla, she is probably tied up with royal engagements at the moment. If you meant the Queen who died...
Well, get me in, Piers!
Yeah.
Get me fucking in, Piers! I want it!
Okay, can I take you back, if I may, to what you did to Alec Baldwin? Can you explain why you did it?
What did I do to Alec Baldwin? Piers, do you see the damage that Alec did to me? Do you see the damage? Look at my arms! Look at my arms, Piers! Look at my neck! I was maimed by a white man on Monday! You're telling me what I did?
No, you weren't maimed by Alec Baldwin on Monday, were you?
I was maimed!
No, you weren't.
My hand is broken! My neck is broken!
No, it's
my
not.
My legs! Look at my legs! My legs don't work! Look at this! Piers! Piers, are you another white devil? Piers Morgan! Don't do this to me, Piers! It's too early in the morning, Piers! Piers, it's too early!
Not the wig.
Your wig's come off.
It's not a wig, Piers. It's my hair. I'm a white woman. I identify as a white woman.
Let me ask you seriously, if I may, for a moment, because you're trying to make a serious point,
Yes.
I presume, with Alec Baldwin. He was getting a coffee. You run in, you call him a killer.
I was getting a coffee, too.
Okay, but you decided to...
I was getting a coffee,
Okay,
too.
you don't have to shout at me as well. We can have a civilised conversation. I want to know seriously...
I'm very civil.
I wanted to know seriously why you did what you did and what you hope to gain by it.
Piers fucking Morgan. You're asking too
Just for the
many
record,
questions.
my name is actually just Piers Morgan.
What's wrong with saying Free Palestine? Piers, can you say free Palestine for me?
I think...
Piers, can you say Free Palestine for me?
If you stop shouting, yeah.
I want you to say it.
Yes, I'm happy to say...
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not going to shout.
If you just...
Mr. Piers Morgan,
If you just
please
keep
say
quiet,
Free
I can answer your
Palestine.
question. Yes, I'm very happy to say
I'm
that...
never quiet, Piers.
Sorry, you're still talking.
I'm never quiet.
Okay, but try.
I'm never
Otherwise,
quiet,
I can't...
Piers. I cannot
You asked me
shut
to do
up.
something. If you don't shut up, I can't give you the answer.
Oh, my God.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll shut up for you.
I
Piers.
absolutely believe that Palestine should be free. Yes.
Oh, okay. And how are we going to do that, Piers? Give us the answers, Piers Morgan. Give us the fucking answers.
Yeah,
how are we going to make Palestine free?
Yeah, if it was as simple as
How are we
me...
going to do it?
If it was as simple as me just giving a simple answer now, it would have been done by now. It's a very complicated issue. But let me ask you again, let me ask you again, seriously, why did you do what you did to Alec Baldwin, and what did you hope to achieve?
Alec Baldwin, look at me. Piers, honestly. Piers, look at my body. Look at this. Look at me. Piers, I was maimed by a white man.
Listen,
Like,
I understand.
really
I understand you're a performative
beating-
artist. I understand you're trying to make everybody laugh.
You're
You've
black people
made
via
your
brain.
joke about your
So
terrible
via
maiming.
satellite, you're lashing me.
Right. Okay. I'm not lashing
I was
you.
beaten. This is the third. This
you wanna-
is the third white man to beat me this week.
Right,
Third
okay.
white man. Yesterday, my white boyfriend beat the shit out of me. This is the third white man. Monday was Alec. The second day was another white man. Third day, Piers Morgan is beating me up on international TV. Oh my God, Piers, you're hurting me. Piers, you're really hurting me right now.
You see, here's my
You're
problem.
hurting me.
Here's my problem with your performative art, crackhead, is I don't see what good you're doing the cause of Palestine. All you're doing is turning the whole war into a joke.
You're really hurting me. This war is not a joke.
Well, why are you making
It really
why are
isn't.
you making it such a mockery? Explain to me.
How am I making a mockery? How?
Because you're making it all
I'm
about
bringing
you're making it
attention.
all about you and
All
your
of
silly
you-
pranks, and you're trying to have fun.
All of you are like
And actually,
defending
behind
a
all
white
this is a
man.
very serious war going on.
Me? I'm always serious. I'm always serious. You're hurting me right now, Piers.
Right.
Like you're hurting Fox and your kids.
Are you going to
fucking
explain?
Gaza.
Are you going to explain why you did what you did to Alec Baldwin or not?
I got hurt. I'm a victim. I'm a victim, Piers. Like a fucking Zionist, I'm a victim. All of you. You're hurting me. Another white man.
Okay. You know, you see, the trouble with this performative art is it's not funny. You've got one gag that you've been maimed by Alec Baldwin, which you haven't. What you haven't explained to the audience, and I've given you the chance repeatedly, is why you did what you did and why you think what you're doing now does anything but make a mockery of all these people dying in Gaza. Because that's what you're doing.
That's that. Look, Piers, you're trying to spin this into some bullshit. I know exactly what you're doing, Piers.
No,
I know
no,
your tactics.
you are.
You're
You
British.
are.
You're fucking annoying. You're eating crumpets. You have your pinky in the fucking air. You salute the queen. Fuck the crown. Fuck Buckingham Palace. Now I'm getting angry. Because, Piers, this is what you do.
now you're getting angry.
You set people up for shit.
Now you're getting
Yeah,
angry.
you set people up for shit. I know exactly what you do, Piers. I know exactly because I do it too, Piers.
Yeah.
And I have a fucking audience, Piers. You think you could set me up, Piers? Listen, Piers.
I
I'm
think
a
you know
bigger
what I
white devil
think.
than
I
you
think
are, okay?
you're
What?
frankly.
Say it, Piers.
I think honestly, crackhead, you are honestly pathetic.
Yeah.
This is
And
one
you're
of the
calling
most
a black woman a
pathetic things I've ever had to endure
And you're calling me a
in
crackhead.
the long, illustrious history
You're
of
calling a
uncensored.
black woman a crackhead.
That's your name.
You're calling me.
That's your name on
am
your
I a
Twitter
bigger bitch
feed.
than-
You call yourself
Piers, am I a bigger
crackhead.
bitch than Megan? Piers, am I a bigger bitch than Meghan
Are
Markle?
you
Please,
I'm going to give you a final chance. Are you going to actually answer the question of why you did what you did to Alec Baldwin?
No, Piers, I have a question. Am I a bigger bitch than Meghan Markle? Because, Buckingham Palace was complaining about the black girl, and I want to be that black girl.
Okay.
I want to be that black girl.
You know what,
I got
crackhead?
touched by a white man.
I tried to give you a hearing. You're not going to take it seriously.
No,
I actually
Piers,
think
you
you're
didn't
doing.
try anything.
You may want to
didn't
shout.
try anything,
Yeah, you may
Piers.
want to shout and scream
All
at
you're
Alec
just hurting
Baldwin.
my
All right.
feelings.
I think we've heard enough of crackhead, to be honest with you. All right, let's bring in my panel. Streamer Hasan Piker, journalist Emily Austin, uncensored contributor Esther Braku, and podcaster James Barr. Well, Emily, I mean, on one level, I guess it was quite funny, but on another level, I didn't like what she did to Alec Baldwin. I've got no truck for Alec Baldwin whatsoever. And I think with this case that he's got hanging over him, I hope that justice is served, because ultimately he did fire the gun that killed that poor woman and has been on some kind of weird PR tour ever since. But I don't like to see any public figure, whether it's Eric Adams, the mayor, on a plane, or Alec Baldwin getting a coffee, harangued and harassed in that manner. Now, I tried to conduct a serious interview. She obviously wasn't interested in doing that, wanted to turn the whole thing into a foul-mouthed rant and joke and performative thing. Fine. That's entirely her right to do it. But what did you think of these harassings, not just by her, but by other people, of public figures?
You tried to conduct a serious interview with crackhead Barbie?
Well, no, I was asking her about a viral video of her harassing Alec Baldwin, which I do actually think is a serious thing. I do actually think public figures should not be harassed in that manner. I've had a bit of it myself, and I think it crosses a line. right? And Ali Baldwin, you know, as far as I'm aware, has not said anything particularly sensational about the war at all. So why she is harassing him in the street in the way that she did, I think is worthy of examination. Now, as it turned out, she had no interest in having a serious conversation. Okay, so we've cut it off. But I don't think I should be blamed for getting on someone who is literally at the centre of a quite big news story in America for harassing a famous star. You, Hasan?
No, it was for clout. She was doing it for clout. That's why she went on the show.
True.
Also for clout,
Right.
which you were correct on pointing out that using the ongoing ethnic cleansing campaign in Gaza and what's happening to the Palestinian people as a vehicle to create more social clout for yourself, social capital for yourself is pretty disingenuous, pretty
Okay,
messed
I have
up.
to jump in there, though, because isn't that what everybody's doing? Isn't that what this show is also doing? Because you're talking about create political clout, create noise,
I'll come back
to get clicks, to make money.
Listen, let's not all be disingenuous,
No,
right?
but the whole conversation, and
hang
actually
on.
Crackhead Barney isn't that different to you.
Well, actually-
and Crackhead Barney said it herself. She said, we're no different. And I kind of agree with Crackhead Barney. I didn't think I'd say
If you think there's any correlation between what she just did
that
on the
someone
show...
screaming over someone and not letting them speak,
Right.
there's definitely a correlation.
Well, you think
there.
that I've treated you like she treated
No,
Ali
I'm
Baldwin?
just saying that I think that actually you aren't that different. You're trying to do the same thing.
I'll come back to that.
You're just doing it in a different way.
No, it's a preposterous suggestion. I do not do what she does, right? But Hasan, here's the point I would make to you. A lot of people think a lot of these protesters at universities in America are performative. The ones who are chanting their support for Hamas, the ones who are chanting about intifada and pretending it's not about a violent uprising. I mean, do you accept that a lot of that is not only performative, but public demonstration of support for terrorism?
Absolutely not. I don't think that. I mean, all protests are technically performative, obviously, but there's a very clear-cut goal for the group of students at Columbia and many other universities. I was in Melbourne not that long ago, and I attended a Palestinian protest there, a Palestinian rally there, and the students there were also demanding the exact same thing, that they divest, their colleges divest from a lot of the companies that are aligned with the state of Israel, a lot of the companies that are directly involved in operations in the West Bank, a lot of the companies that are playing a role in the regular maintenance of the apartheid regime of Israel and helping Israel conduct an ethnic cleansing campaign. That is the ultimate goal. That is why they're trying to very clearly cause a little bit of a disruption and engage in.
But are you comfortable? Okay, but are you comfortable,
the most American
Hasan,
thing you can do?
Are you comfortable
civil
with the
disobedience.
ones who are seen chanting support for Hamas or chanting about intifada?
I am perfectly comfortable with people chanting about the intifada. As far as the Hamas thing goes, any kind of protest is always going to have a litany of random people, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. You have to look at the actual tangible goals that the protest movement is stating they're interested in. And I think that those goals, and I think you will agree with me on this, Piers, I think those goals are pretty valid overall. I think that they want to, one, recenter the attention to the genocide that is ongoing in Gaza, and two, demand that their tuition dollars do not go to operations in Israel. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's a campus. There's going to be a sister campus that is being built in Tel Aviv right now for Columbia University. This means that Columbia University, which once housed the likes of the late great Edward Said and many others, and that currently has many Palestinian students who pay tuition for projects such as this one, will not be able to go to that sister campus. I find that abhorrent, but it's everyday existence
All right.
in Israel.
Let me bring in Emily. You've been listening to all this. Your response?
With all due respect, Hasan, why do you feel that Columbia, or any college for that matter, owes you to divest from Israel? Why do you think your opinion is correct? Because so far, I heard the classic buzzwords: apartheid, discriminatory, ethnic cleansing, and genocide, which is funny because it's all the exact opposite. So if I may ask you, what about Israel is apartheid? You also just said the students in Israel the canvas in Israel would not allow Palestinians to join. Are you confused, or do you know nothing about the country of Israel? Because let me remind you, Jews are not allowed in the West Bank and Gaza. However, Arabs have full Israeli citizenship, have the rights, are members of the Knesset, which is the equivalent of, you can think of Congress, and even prosecuted a former Prime Minister, Ehud Olmert, an Arab judge. So what apartheid exactly are you speaking about? What genocide? What ethnic cleansing? And secondly, how dare you say it's okay to talk about an intifada? Let me remind you, the intifada last time it happened in Israel consisted of thousands of people dying in bus bombings. So are you saying that you support terrorism and killing innocent people?
Well, intifada simply just means revolution, and I'm an American, and in 1776,
violent
we did
revolution.
one of those, and it was pretty fucking good. Yeah. What do you think? The American,
Okay, we also
the American
bombed Hiroshima. We also bombed Hiroshima.
Don't. Yeah, I know, and that was also unjust and unimaginably cruel. But of course, the Israel Defender is also defending nuking civilians and killing them by the hundreds of thousands. Now listen, let's get back. Let's get back.
But when it goes against
refocus the conversation
unjust.
to the points that you made. Let's refocus the conversation to the points that you made.
Okay, look,
you said,
just to remind everybody,
about?
I'm actually moderating this, but that's an interesting point that Emily just raised, Hasan. It does seem that you're very selective about the violence that you support. That when you support it, it's justified. When other people use things in a violent way that you don't support, it's unjustified. Seems like it's all skewed to what Hasan Piker thinks.
Well, not necessarily just what I think. I think that there are obvious markers, obvious boundaries. I don't think violence against civilians is justified. I have talked about October 7 on this very same show, saying that it was a tragedy. It was atrocities that occurred on October 7 specifically. When you target civilians in any capacity, I think that that is unacceptable. However, this does not mean that violence will not occur in many circumstances. Violence has occurred in every single revolutionary action, many good revolutionary actions. Obviously, America bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki with an atom bomb, that was not a very good
Hamas did on
moment
October
for
the 7th,
anybody. It was not a very good moment for human civilization at all.
Was what Hamas did on October the 7th? Was what Hamas did on October the 7th an example of what you would call a justified revolution?
I don't look at every single act of violence. I look at
You've literally just been reciting a whole load of them.
Systems of oppression.
Why are you avoiding October the 7th?
You do it too.
No, I don't.
I'm not avoiding it. I've talked about it a million times over.
Let me ask you one more time.
This is not what we're here to discuss.
Emily, hang on.
This is not what we're here to discuss.
Let me just ask you directly one more time.
Let
me ask you one more time. Do you believe what happened on October the 7th was a justified act of revolution? Yes or no?
I do not, and I do think that. Oh, wait, hold on. That's let me clarify. Let me clarify something very important here. Events that unfolded on October 7 were atrocities. That much is clear. Those atrocities could have been avoided if Israel was not an apartheid regime. Israel has been an apartheid regime for 75 years.
Can you answer how Israel's an apartheid regime?
In the
because
early,
you keep repeating that.
No, you can't just chime in. You can't just chime in. You ask me a question. You want it?
Why
you ask me a question.
I'm
going to give you an answer.
Because you're repeating
Israel
these lies.
has been an apartheid regime
ahead,
since
please.
its inception. Until 1967, Israel was an apartheid regime for the Palestinian citizens of Israel, the Arabs, as you called them. There was a two-tier criminal justice system. They were subjected to military court processes and not the civil court processes until 1967. After 1967, they got citizenship. There are obviously still many different social issues that pertain to the Palestinian citizens of Israel, the Arabs that are living in Israel, those who are not Jewish, of course. However, Israel currently is occupying the West Bank. There are more than 2 million Palestinians that live in the West Bank. Israel's illegally occupying the West Bank. There are checkpoints. There are license plates that restrict Palestinian travel. The Israeli operations in the West Bank have destroyed Palestinian statehood. Now, of course, all of this is readily available for those who want to learn about it, yourself included. I hope you look it up. B'Tselem is an Israeli human rights organization which declared Israel to be an apartheid regime in 2021, in the April of 2021. Amnesty International declared Israel to be an apartheid regime.
Let me, before I move, hang on. Before I just want to bring in our two British panelists here, but just finally, just to clarify, Hasan, I can't quite work out whether you said you do think October the 7th was an unjustified act of revolution or whether you changed your mind. So can you clarify?
I think that violent means of maintaining an apartheid is inevitably going to yield violent retaliation.
So was it justified?
Something that is completely avoidable.
Was it justified?
Civilian deaths are never justified.
You know what, Hasan?
Hang on, Emily.
Hang on,
Emily.
You look Goldberg, Poland's mother in the eyes. No, you look this person's mother in the eyes and you tell him that this was justified. You tell him his arm being blown off and being held in captivity for 200 days is justified.
I do love that the Israel defender has no capacity to fucking hear anything I'm saying.
Palestinians who are made of identity.
It just... If you're not going to respect me and listen to
that
what I have
we're
to say,
the West
which, by the way,
Bank,
of course you don't respect.
Gaza.
Oh, if you talk over each other, nobody can hear you.
I just want to I think. It's not I think. It's not I think. It's the entire world knows.
No, it is you think.
Hang
the
on,
only thing
Emily,
that
please.
your narrative.
Let me handle this, Emily. Hasan, just before I come to the two people who are with me here, I just need some clarity here because it seems like you're dancing around whether you think October the 7th was justified or not.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this back and forth masturbation? I've already given you my fucking
Piers, why
position.
Are you doing this?
I'm sick and tired of repeating it over and over again.
Okay,
because it's Jews, it's okay.
Ask this
Emily,
demon next to me wearing a fucking IDF dog tag.
Only when it's Jews, it's okay.
Please stop shouting at each
demon next
other.
to me wearing an IDF dog tag if she actually thinks Israel's actions are
Hey,
justifiable.
get
Do you
it.
It's
see
to bring
me
the
rocking
hostages
fucking
home. The hostages
All right,
that you
you're talking
rightly
over each
believe
other.
belong in the
All right.
You know what
tunnels
it
of
is.
Gaza.
I'm going to give you two. I'm going to let you two calm down. It's pointless. We cannot hear you when you talk over each other. Every time recently, I had someone from both sides on, like it goes like this.
I'm wearing this rusty necklace.
Please, can you listen to me, Emily?
Civilians in Gaza right now.
Can you stop doing this to each other, please? Nobody can understand a word either of you are saying. Now let me come to Esther and James here. This is one of my problems.
No, I want to hear if Emily condemns the
No,
actions of
Hassan,
Israel.
you will please let me moderate the debate.
What did you ask her about?
I don't condemn the idea.
I've got two panelists here who've not had a word yet.
Because you're a fucking terrorist.
Please stop talking.
And I think you're a terrorist. And I think you're a terrorist as well.
Okay, well, I'm not the one wearing.
Because until the hostages are home, don't expect the war to be over.
Yeah, I know.
Bring
you don't
them
care about the
home.
hostages. If you cared about the hostages,
you're condemning
you would
me.
be
You are
screaming at Benjamin
exposing
Netanyahu.
your own terrorism
Benjamin
on live
Netanyahu
television.
is the hostage
you
killer.
You are exposing.
Benjamin Netanyahu has killed more hostages than
Hamas.
You need to be
think you're
condemning
achieving
Hamas
here?
for not only oppressing the Palestinian people, but for spreading terrorism. I don't see your outrage at Hamas. Israel gave Gaza back in 2005,
I would like to, please.
And Hamas has turned
Can
it
you
into
both please?
a terrorist haven.
Emily and Hasan, can you please show some courtesy to the other panelists?
Evil in comparison to Israel.
Can you please stop talking, both of you, and let the other two panelists have a say?
You want a soundbite, Pierce? I'll give you a soundbite.
Give them some courtesy, please. Some courtesy for your co-panelists here. Now, Esther, this is one of the problems I have with this whole debate, is that increasingly it just descends into a screaming match between pro-Palestinians and pro-Israelis.
And the biggest losers are the victims of this war. 33,000 dead Palestinians, over 1,500 dead Israelis. These are the biggest victims of this because you're shouting at each other and nothing is getting, like, you're completely, forget having no courtesy for us, you're completely disrespecting actual victims of this conflict, which, by the way, didn't happen in a vacuum. And I think that's the most important thing to say about this. None of this happened in a vacuum. Of course, October the 7th was an atrocity and it was completely unjustified. There was no justification for butchering people in the way that they did. But it didn't happen in a vacuum. A lot of the people that live in Gaza weren't even born at the time that Hamas came in power. So I really just, I despise this, you're a terrorist sympathizer, you're a genocide supporter, all of this, when really the people that we should be talking about deserve better.
Okay, James, on the wider point of these protests...
Well, I couldn't get to that part because I wanted to describe what the apartheid is, and Emily cut in immediately to chirp about some random shit.
Okay, you were both abusing each other. It was very unedifying.
It was very
Let me ask James. James, on the protests...
Yeah, dude.
On the protests, look, I believe in the right to protest. That's an absolute bedrock of any democracy. But I don't believe in the right to support terror groups publicly or to chant about support for Hamas or to chant about intifada, which is a violent uprising. Where's the line for you with these?
I agree. I think we have to condemn what Hamas did, and I don't think the words that have been used so far have been strong enough. I mean, it was the worst thing we've seen in a very long time. It was disgusting, appalling, awful for everyone involved. I also have a lot of sympathy, if not, I can't think of a bigger word, for the people of Gaza. It's awful, and I will agree with you. I do want a free Palestine, and I also want a free and successful Israel, but I don't want innocent people murdered. So yeah, you can't go to a protest and start shouting about support for Hamas. That's insane.
Isn't it ironic that something like this has become a haven for like the mentally unwell? You're talking about something as serious as a conflict in Israel and Gaza, and for some reason you have really uneducated people that are clearly 20 years ago would have been in an asylum supporting this openly, not even knowing the conflict, not even knowing the context of what they're supporting, and for some reason we even give it airtime. That's what upsets me. These people don't deserve airtime.
Right? Everyone is so triggered on both sides, on all sides, and rightly so, because a lot of terrible stuff has happened. So that's where the emotion is coming from. But really, I think we all want the same thing, and that is for innocent people to not be murdered or slain in the streets.
Right. I mean, look, Hasan. Hang on, Emily, please, I'll come to you. Let me just ask Hasan. When you and Emily go at each other like you just did, nobody wins. I mean, no one can really understand a word you're saying because you're shouting over each other. You end up just calling each other terrorists. There's no sensible dialogue here. There's no constructive conversation. It's just two implacably opposed sides abusing each other. Do you understand that?
Yeah, listen, Piers, okay? This is going to always be a very heated discussion, okay? Having a conversation about how heated this discussion is utterly unproductive. Every single moment that we use on air, not talking about every single university building being desecrated, destroyed. The fact that we're having this conversation on the eve of hundreds of mass graves being unearthed right now in many different parts of Gaza around hospitals that Israel had laid siege to is disgusting. I agree. I came on here, as I have done last time as well, and as I will probably do in the future as well, with one simple goal in mind, which is to address all of the misinformation that surrounds stuff like this. As far as the crackhead Barbie thing goes, yeah, she's a random TikTok influencer who gives a shit about what she has to say. She's obviously doing it for clout. But the students over at Columbia, okay, the students that I have talked to at the Columbia University Apartheid Divest group, the students that I've talked to from Jewish Voice for Peace.
All right, Emily, let me just ask you the same thing I asked Hasan. When you guys scream at each other and call each other terrorists, it doesn't obviously achieve anything other than it becomes unintelligible to the audience. You know, is there not a better way we can have this conversation?
Funnily enough, correct. And funnily enough, I have the same exact answer as Hasan. My job here is to make sure that I'm debunking false narratives that Hasan is clearly spewing. My job here is to call out hypocrisy, and I just saw another one where he's saying that crackhead Barney, whoever the hell that girl was, is a lunatic, but Aaron Bushnell, who lights himself on fire, is a hero. You can't pick and choose whatever fits your narrative, and I keep on repeating that over and over again, because the Palestinian movement will literally just take what they can get, spew all of the truth into their false narrative, spread misinformation, and then you say that we're the liars. You tell me I'm wearing an IDF dog tag. I'm wearing a bring them home for the hostages that you... No, it says bring them home.
You're using the hostages as a simple political tool to make propaganda in the West. Is quite disgusting. The protests that are happening in Israel right now are massive.
Are a political tool?
And those protests...
What?
You are using humans in captivity as a political tool. It's so obvious.
Why, Hasan? Why are you dehumanizing the hostages? Because I have no problem admitting the Palestinians deserve better.
Not.
I feel terrible.
You're using them as a political pawn.
I can say that.
If you cared about the hostages, you would be in Tel Aviv right now alongside.
Right, let me bring in James. Let me bring in James, please.
I'm sorry that I can't.
Please, let me bring in James.
I agree with both of you.
Sorry, can you please, when I say stop talking, please stop talking. We've got 4 people here. James.
If anyone is using hostages, surely it's Hamas, Hasan. How can you say that? How can you use that argument? That's a crazy thing to say. It's Hamas that have taken these people from their homes,
tens of thousands of people in Israel. There are currently tens of thousands of Israeli citizens right now in the streets of Israel, in the streets of Tel Aviv, outside of Benjamin Netanyahu's house, protesting every single day. What are they protesting? They're protesting for Benjamin Netanyahu to facilitate a ceasefire with Hamas so that they can actually bring the hostages home. That is precisely the number one goal of the family members of the hostages.
Who
and
is
if
using
anyone
the
on
hostages?
this panel was
No,
being
answer
even
that
a little bit
question.
honest, they would
changed.
recognize
You're
the
not listening to
reality
my
that,
question.
listen, just listen.
You didn't listen to my question.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand perhaps what I'm trying to imply here.
That's very patronizing.
Utilizing the hostages. Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the fuck you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from fucking London about Palestine and doing a both sides are fucking fine type bullshit where you're talking about how you want to fucking free Palestine, but also simultaneously, you know, both sides got a lot going on. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything, okay? I don't give a shit about what your perspective is.
I agree
Hassan doesn't
with quite
like
a lot
what you
of the
have
things
to
you're saying,
say, so
Hassan.
you're wrong. It's Hassan's way or the highway.
I mean, you
Wow,
are.
really
There is no
clever
both
you
sides
are.
on a genocide. Is there a
Really
both sides on a
clever.
genocide? There is no both
Well,
sides.
the thing is, it's interesting you should mention the
Really?
hostages.
What is
no
in the
both
Hamas
sides
charter?
and
They want
apartheid.
a Jewish genocide, but that's okay. But
the
a Jewish
thing is,
genocide is okay.
if you're talking about the well-being of the if you're talking about the well-being of the hostages, what sense did it make for the IDF to flatten about 70% of Gaza? Because I completely agree. Bring the hostages home. If you look at Gaza, the topography of Gaza right now, it looks like a pancake. So I'm sorry, this whole argument of Hamas using them as human tools, fine, but the IDF has also been using it to continue that campaign. If you were told that if, God forbid, if your relative was one of the hostages and you saw what's happening right now, and I met someone whose mother is a hostage, and he said he didn't want his mother and her being taken to be used in the name of violence. Right now, he's sitting at home wondering, okay, what is the logic of trying to bring my mother home when you flattened Gaza? Please explain that to us.
So, can I
Because
pose
you might very well pull those hostages from under.
Okay, let Emily respond to that.
Everyone wants to criticize the IDF's response, but nobody wants to tell me what should Israel be doing to retaliate October 7th, eradicate Hamas from preventing another October 7th, and bring the hostages home.
I have an idea.
Do you have a solution?
I have an idea. Do not flatten Gaza and potentially pull your own hostages up from under the rubble, like have been done with thousands of Palestinians. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have you found any
So
of them
you're
under the
saying
rubble?
that you don't have an answer.
That is the answer.
So you
don't
have
kill
an
your own
answer.
hostages.
But you're quick
That's
to
an
condemn the
answer.
IDF, but you don't have an answer.
I also
How
have
about
an
not killing the
answer.
hostages?
Very interesting.
I have an answer.
Thank you for proving my point.
It's called the
Yes,
dissolution of the apartheid regime. That's what it's called. Dissolve the apartheid
So
regime.
what would you like to
allow
see happen,
Palestinians
Hasan?
breathing room. Do you not understand the English language?
We're
Dissolve
delayed.
the
It's
apartheid
delayed.
regime.
You need a Xanax, first of all. You need a Xanax. Okay, so should Israel do
I'm
to
sorry,
the West Bank
30,000
what they did to
Palestinians have been
Gaza?
ruthlessly slaughtered by the
Should
Israeli
Israel
state.
give
It makes
back
me a
the
little
land
upset
so that it can
when
turn
someone
into
is
another
defending that.
Gaza? Is that what you'd like to see? Another terrorist haven launching rockets all day instead of turning into Singapore? Because that's what they did in 2005.
Wait, hold on. What is Singapore?
The
The West
billions of
Bank.
dollars in
Hold on,
aid
is
they
the
turned
West
into
Bank
building
Singapore?
tunnels. Is that what you'd like to see?
I don't know. Have I gone deaf?
Singapore every day?
Sorry,
What,
Emily,
is
is the
Singapore
West
an
Bank
open-air
supposed to be
prison?
Singapore?
What are you talking about?
Is the West Bank supposed to
The
be Singapore?
The West Bank has a port. They can import and export. Israel gave them a great piece of land. They received billions of dollars in aid, not only from
Israel
the
gave
U.S.,
them a great
but
piece of
Israel
land?
gave. Are
No.
you mad? They had a chance to rebuild, but they spent the last 15 plus years crying that they don't have enough
Okay, the
land
West Bank
because there
is
is never
Singapore.
enough land for them instead of rebuilding. But that's okay. Build terrorist tunnels. Don't build hotels and don't rebuild
Israel
civilization.
has
Just build
not
terrorist
allowed
tunnels to keep hostages
Palestinians
in.
to have a nation state that they deserve by international law since the inception of the Israeli nation state. What you are saying is insane to me. The fact that you brought up the last 15 years as Palestinians crying is disgusting.
Oh, I have one more question.
You are a disgusting little monster
one more question.
who thinks
One more question.
that not offering contiguity to the Palestinians in the form of a state, which is under international law, is just simply Palestinians
I have one
crying.
question.
Okay?
This West Bank
don't want a
Singapore.
two-state
Hold on.
solution.
This
They want
West
a
Bank
one-state
Singapore.
solution that eradicates the Israelis, which is not an option.
Fine. This West Bank
You're wrong.
Singapore, what place
You're wrong.
does the settlements play in that? Please paint a picture of how the West Bank of Singapore or whatever, Singapore of the West Bank, how does this illegal settlements fit into
Ma'am,
that?
I think you're completely missing the picture.
Just explain to me
Israel
how the
wanted to
settlements
give
fit into
them
that picture.
a piece of land. I'm explaining it.
Okay, I'm listening.
The picture is they got a great piece of land to turn into society. Instead of
Who
turning it
got the
into
land?
civilized society,
Who did?
Israel gave the land to Gaza. They
So then why are
withdrew.
the
They
Israeli
removed
settlers?
Israelis
It's not Israel's
from
land to
their
give.
homes.
But
It's
then
not
why
Israel's
are
land to
the
give.
Israeli settlers
It is
then?
not Israel's land to
2005.
give.
There are no Jews or Israelis. There are no settlements in Gaza.
In the West
they
Bank.
gave it to
In the West
the
Bank.
Palestinians.
They're not in the West Bank.
I'm speaking about Gaza, and
Oh,
now
I'm
you're
asking
changing
about
the
West
narrative.
Bank because I was interested
I'm
in knowing about
showing
Singapore.
you. I'm telling you that if Israel
Palestinians-
pulls out completely from the West Bank, if Israel pulls out from the West Bank, you can bet your ass it turns into the next Gaza. The world does not need two Gazas because one Gaza has already caused enough damage. If, however,
Yes.
Gaza decides to demand
Every
that
argument with
Hamas
Israel
removes
is
himself
about
from
some
power,
hypothetical.
and they
It's-
can have democracy,
Israel has to do a
then yes,
genocide
there's
because if
potential for
Israel
a
doesn't do a
two-state
genocide,
solution.
then the Gaza
There's
is
no
not
sounds a bit
genocide.
like
The
you're
only
victim
genocide
blaming
is the
Palestinians
Hamas
in
charter that
Gaza.
wants
You
to
cannot
eradicate
do
the Jews.
defensive genocide.
You know, it's interesting the
cannot
word
do defensive
genocide.
genocide.
because-
genocide.
hang on, it's
There
interesting
is
the
no
word. It's
genocide
interesting. Hang
happening.
on.
It's just a
Israel is
buzzword.
doing
I would love to get a
genocide.
word
More
in,
power.
please. Interesting the word genocide, because I've listened to all this fractious debate, everyone talking over each other. The truth is that actually only one side is publicly said that they wish to pursue a genocide, and that is Hamas. Hamas, after October the 7th, through their official spokesman on camera, said they wanted to do it again and again and again. That is the purest articulation of a genocide imaginable. And the one thing I never hear from the pro-Palestinian side
You
is
really think
what Israel was
Piers,
actually...
Piers,
Hang on.
Piers,
No, don't
Piers.
interrupt me.
So one
I haven't
Hamas
asked you a
official,
question yet.
One Hamas guy.
Sorry, I
But
need to
that's
ask you a
ridiculous.
question.
You're being a ridiculous person.
I'm not
You're
being
being a ridiculous person.
I'm just saying, nobody ever
Because
tells
how
me...
many Israeli officials, even on your show, have said we should keep doing what we have been doing to Gaza over and over again? How does that not register in the same genocidal intent? If you think what that dude was saying, which was, by the way, ridiculous what he was saying, the Hamas official was saying, is that we're going to do October 7th over and over again.
But he said it.
We are justified in doing it over and over again. Yes, I find that to be abhorrent. However, what you fail to recognize is that's the genocidal intent, but not Amalek. That's the genocidal intent, but not saying we are fighting human animals. And that's why we have to cut off their food, their water, and their electricity. That was Defense Minister Yoav Gallant
There
who
we
said
go with
that.
the lies again.
Netanyahu
You're saying
has
Israel
routinely
cuts
talked
off their
about this over and over
electricity.
again.
They don't even
Israeli
provide
interior
their
security,
electricity. You're
Israeli-
saying they cut off their water. They don't
Israeli
cut off their water.
politicians.
You are
Israeli-
spewing lies on national
Can you stop?
television.
Can you? I'm
I
talking
think
about
you think so. Hang on. Again, you're talking over each other. Some of the comments.
Army that
there's no
provides
doubt,
aid
Emily.
to people they're at war with.
Some of the
Only
comments.
Israel.
Some of the.
Israel is
No, Piers, I'm not letting him
the
spew
most
misinformation.
caring
I'm not
country
letting
on the
him
It's
fucking
pointless.
planet. I swear to God.
This is pointless. We're getting nowhere.
No, because
Thank
he's
you.
spewing
Did Yoav Gallant
misinformation.
not say that?
Israel's cutting off electricity,
Okay.
water, and aid. Just
We're getting-
Did
spewing
Defense
lies. I'm not
Minister
gonna let
Yoav
you do it.
Gallant say we are fighting human animals or not? Answer that question. Did Defense Minister Yoav
Yes,
Gallant
yes,
say
yes.
we are
Hamas
fighting
is
human
human
animals and
animals.
we have to cut off their
Hamas-
electricity,
correct.
cut off their food, cut off
Correct.
their water?
Okay.
Yeah, the slight
You know what? I'm
Israel
going to cut off. I'm
provides
going to cut off this
79%
debate.
of their electricity. The rest is Hamas.
I'm going to cut off the
That's
debate
not
because
Israel.
we're getting
Israel
absolutely
provides-
nowhere. But I appreciate everybody joining
what
me.
the hell?
Thank you very much indeed.
Why is it cutting off? What the hell? God damn it. Fucking Piers Morgan, you bitch.
He's playing a horror game. What's it called?
Have a good night. Tomorrow.
Unspoken? I've never heard of it.